Stop.
There is a sense of demographic panic that's taking place as the younger generations are more and more non-white. And let's just be frank, illegal immigration, quote unquote, unlawful migration is a symbol for demographic panic. And that is what Donald Trump is stoking.
Well, I make that same mistake myself tonight, looking at the American flags and saying the Americans, what a terrible mistake. I apologize for that to everybody. I mean it.
But it isn't. As I told you, they have Mandarins in the audience. They have Hispanics in the audience.
See all those,
Mandarins? It's exactly the opposite of demographic panic. It has nothing to do with
Asian Americans, Ann. Asian Americans, not Mandarins.
It has nothing to do with demographics. It
but your
has to
throwback
do
language, it's not 1913. They're called Asian Americans,
anyway,
not Mandarins.
As I was saying, it has nothing to do with demographics. It has to do with whether you are here legally or illegally, whether you consider yourself an American, whether the laws on the books are going to be enforced. We are having an invasion of people
if you discuss
across the southern border.
If your default in
this
discussing Asian Americans is to call people Mandarins,
anyway,
we're not bringing back arcane language here, Ann. Let's just talk about people as Americans. Asian Americans. That's the term.
No, you're not going to police my language. They are Mandarins. It is written in Mandarin.
I think somebody just said, no, I agree with, which is if you consider yourself American. Book, In Trump We Trust. There it is. And Coulter points out Trump's success is due to the fact that, quote, he's beholden to no one except the millions of ordinary Americans showing up at his speeches, following him on Twitter. But since winning the nomination, Trump's trailed Hillary Clinton in the polls. A Real Clear Politics average has Clinton behind, or ahead rather, by a little over 5 points right now. So with 77 days to go to Election Day, how does Trump turn it around? From where I'm joined by conservative columnist and author of In Trump We Trust, Ann Coulter. So, Ann, the reason I find you interesting as a guest at this point, besides your usual provocative manner, is maybe you have a sense of how they got to get his ship right again. This guy was running on 3 great cases. One is people don't like illegal immigration, okay? Number 2, they don't like our jobs going to Mexico and to China. They don't like our hollowing out of our big cities, especially the poor people who live in those big cities in many cases. And they damn as hell don't like these stupid wars. On all 3 points, Trump was hitting them.
Yes.
But lately he keeps getting distracted in these sideline arguments. Now, you can blame the media all you want, but if he's a pro, he's got to be able to direct the conversation. Can he get back to the winning arguments and maybe give Hillary a run for her money at the end?
I think so, and I think what you said is exactly right. It is those 3 issues. I'm starting to worry that he's panicking and talking to the wrong people because he's sounding a little bit more like the candidates he defeated with the talking points about, you know, softening on deporting the ones who are, they've been here a long time and they're law-abiding. You know, that yes, that's true, but how about you just say, no, my policy is consistent. People who are here illegally have no right to be here. We will decide whether they stay or not in our national interest. Yeah, if they're good for the country, we might keep them, but this is going to be an America first immigration policy, trade policy, and war
nationalism.
Policy.
And that's what I've always thought. Do you think he gets it? Now, see the monkey that typed Merry Christmas? He got nationalism. Does he see how it all fits together? Because I don't know if he does. Because sometimes he wanders all over the place.
No, I think look, he's not a politician. People always say they don't want a politician to run, but when he gives these speeches, have you been to one of his speeches?
I watch them every night here. We get pieces of them. We try to go in and out.
To actually be there, they're even more fun.
We can't just let him entertain us here. So we try to go in for the meat and leave the...
No, but they are very, very entertaining speeches, and a lot of people come just because they want to be entertained. He's hilariously funny. I mean, people are driving for 5 hours to come hear him. You start listening to him and you're laughing, and then you start thinking, oh, I agree with that.
But every politician gets completely taken with who's in his crowds and thinks that's the country. They all make that mistake.
But that isn't what I'm saying is... that is his style.
Right.
He's getting a little too distracted by that. But the speeches he's given since the convention, oh my gosh, the teleprompter speeches are unbelievable. They're fantastic. They're perfect. If he just keeps doing that, that's how he can win.
Well, will he stick to what's on the prompter? Will he stick to the message?
He has been. He's really good at it. And actually, each prompt, well, he goes a little bit off, but not too much. But he doesn't start wandering off and start talking about something that, like I say, was fun. And
let's take a look at this. For over a year now, Trump has insisted that illegal immigrants have got to go. According to the Texas Tribune today, Trump told Sean Hannity in a pre-taped town hall that he was open to softening in laws that deal with illegal immigrants. He said, quote, there certainly can be a softening because we're not looking to hurt people. It comes after an interview with Bill O'Reilly last night in which Trump said he would mimic President Obama's policies. Take a listen.
We're going to obey the existing laws. Now, the existing laws are very strong. The existing laws, the first thing we're going to do, if and when I win, is we're going to get rid of all of the bad ones. As far as everybody else, we're going to go through the process. What people don't know is that Obama got tremendous numbers of people out of the country. Bush, the same thing. Lots of people were brought out of the country with the existing laws. Well, I'm going to do the same thing.
What's Trump saying to the American people right now about immigration? What did all that up to? How's it different than Obama?
How's it different from all the candidates he just beat? I go through. That's one of the 5 talking points every politician
he's going to deport the felons.
Well, it's very different from the actual policy, but they all say that, and it just sounds very consultant to me. This could be the shortest book tour ever if he's really softening his position on immigration, but I don't think he is.
Let me ask you a question about illegal immigration. I think, you know, we don't do it anymore, but NBC News would always show those pictures from down in Texas or Arizona or somewhere on the border, the Canadian-Mexican border, and they would show people, desperate people racing across when the lights were off, and they would see them coming in, they'd see them running across the road to try to get a ride in a truck somewhere or something. How do you stop that? How do you stop that? Because what that is are men mostly racing across the border to try to get a job in the United States, which they know is going to be there somewhere. Somebody in Chicago in a restaurant or somewhere say, I got a job for you if you can get up here. How do you stop the illegal hiring? Because he never mentions that. Trump never mentions it.
No, I wish he would.
Isn't that the heart of it?
That's what I wish we were talking about now. And plus, you know, H-1B visas, plus people losing their jobs, plus Kate Steinle again. I mean, why? There are only so many things you can talk about. Why are we talking about softening the lies of lawbreakers? I think this is a mistake. It sounds like it's coming from consultants.
Has he lost his confidence?
I don't think so. But to answer your last question,
you're saying 2 things. You think he may have softened up here on what got him this far?
No, I think this is a mistake. I thought he's made other mistakes, and I've given him constructive criticism when I think he makes a mistake. I think this is a mistake. But I want to answer your last question. Does he take your criticism? I haven't had a lot, but yeah. No, he does listen to people. And I'm not advising him or anything, but I did write this magnificent book. But to answer your last question...
You still trust him?
This isn't the same. Yes, this is not the same as either Hillary or Obama. To compare it to what they are doing is preposterous. I don't know why he just said that. It's crazy. They are fighting the deportations of rapists. They're fighting the deportations of murderers. Hillary says she's going to open the border. She's going to amnesty everyone. She's going to quadruple the number of Muslim refugees. So to say there's no difference, I think, is crazy. I just don't understand why he's going to these really tired talking points that both Democrat and Republican politicians use. No, that isn't what's winning. I know why. I would guess why.
I think he's panicking. He looked into the abyss about a week or 2 ago.
That's right.
He dumped his people and he got nervous. He said, I better try something different. Along comes Kellyanne Conway, who's a traditional pollster.
Well, I don't know who's giving him the advice, but this is definitely consultant-led advice, and it's not good advice. What he should keep doing is what he's been doing. You're right. His 3 issues are obviously very appealing.
I think they work for his audience. I don't know if it works for the whole country.
Of course it does, and it works for blacks and Hispanics. They want jobs, too.
Well, as a previous guest just said, he should be going out talking about trade. Richard Fowler said talking about big cities with a lot of poor people.
His issues are incredibly popular, and no other politician
there were jobs.
Yeah.
And they Muslims, the insults to women, given all that he said and all the people he's offended over the course of this campaign, not to mention demanding to see the President of the United States birth certificate, being in birther, why is Randall Pinkett not exactly right?
You know, I know these guys. Some of them are really good friends. And like any family, you're going to have people who have differences. In my own family, I have Hillary supporters. I have Bernie Sanders supporters. And this is the same case with the Apprentice family. Clearly, these 6 supporters of Hillary Rodham Clinton have different opinions about whether or not Donald Trump should be the Republican nominee. And they're entitled to that. This is the beauty of democracy, that you get to all come to the table with their own differing views. But I stand with Donald Trump because I know that he has an incredible vision for this country, and he will indeed make America great, not just for this group or that group, but for everyone.
Well, almost, I mean, and I get it, and you are a campaign surrogate, and I understand that you're supporting him, but this isn't just like a casual disagreement. Look at Donald Trump's unfavorable ratings. They're not that much better than Ted Cruz, but he has a 67% unfavorable rating in the country. This isn't just a few people who mildly disagree. There are people who are using the term fascism. That was used by Kwame Jackson in his press conference. This is not just a casual disagreement.
God bless Kwame Jackson, but it was really hard to watch him on the news. I mean, you talk about somebody holding a grudge for 13 years because he wasn't selected to be the apprentice. One of the things that I'd like to say is it's important to understand, like I said, if they want to support Hillary Rodham Clinton, that's fine. They're entitled to that. And it's obvious that because they are on the Democratic side, it's very convenient that their timing, here we are in April. You know, Donald announced last year in June, if they were really concerned, if they were really concerned about Donald Trump becoming the nominee, why wait for now? Why wait until April when he's